Hey, Squatchers, welcome back. I'm Eric Spinner, co-host of Squatch Talks podcast. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for clicking on the video. Just letting you know everything is well on our end. We're still out there gathering more material and planning some expeditions. We have one already set to go mid-September, and that's looking pretty cool at this point. I'm going to have a smaller attendance than last year, just to keep it a little tighter and more manageable. Give us a couple of teams that we can kind of bounce back and forth between, should be really good. And I'll be hosting that with Nathan out in PA this year. Don't know if I'll do a Pine Barrens one or not, but never know. We might do a Squatch Talks podcast expedition outside of the BFRO official ones. So stay tuned. Here comes Nathan Moyer. Let's see what Nathan has to say. And hopefully he'll be able to join us. Yeah. Let's see what Nathan's got going on in his neck of the woods. Well, good evening.
Hi there.
How's it going?
I didn't know you were going to do it like that. I'm still eating.
That's cool. So
Cool.
munch away. I'm just enjoying my Black Rifle coffee. What you eating?
Velveeta,
Velveeta.
the sandwich cookie of the morning.
Mm-hmm. So
We'll put sugar on anything and call it breakfast, won't we?
Yeah. That was a part of the whole, what do they call that movement with the revolution? What is it called? Oh my gosh. There's a word for it, industrial revolution. Yes, thank you. You're so good with these.
I know. I'm so helpful. My carbonated beverage. Hold on. Let me play with my computer. Is that what rule number is that? My phone's probably not on vibrate either. I don't even know where it is. Oh, there it is.
I don't know what we're going to talk about.
I don't either. That was pretty good. That's why I didn't want to move there for a couple minutes.
But hey, I get it, and I can understand.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. I'd be like, yeah, weren't you going to mention that? Okay.
Oh, man, what are we going to talk about?
Not a thing. I wouldn't do it. All right, cool. Yeah, I can work with that. And hemp is stronger too. I mean, you can make all kinds of, materials with it. Henry Ford made a car out of hemp.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
And it was almost indestructible, except for the cow eating it. But
yeah, right.
Other than that,
other than a cow eating it.
Other than that, no problem.
See, now you want to say it. Now you're not going to be all natural. You got to be more natural.
I'm going to be natural.
Be more natural.
Zen.
Yeah, just be more pawpaw.
More pawpaw. You're listening to Squatch Talks podcast. Real stories and real encounters told by real researchers. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I already broke rule number 1 because I got your text message and I said, rule number 1.
Wow, that's how you got onto that.
That's how I got onto that. But no, I did get out today and I got some cool footage with the drone.
Cool.
Took a little hike. Now my right ankle's starting to itch, so it's going to match the left one, hopefully. I don't know.
There you go.
I thought I was wearing permethrin boots at least, But no, nice area. Got some lake footage.
Got to get your chemicals somehow.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to redo it before the expedition, I think. Spray all my stuff again. I mean, it's probably been about 5-6 weeks, and that's about all it lasts, But usually it works pretty good when I use it properly, I just hate chiggers. Chiggers suck.
Yeah, they do.
But hey, had a great time up in PA. Me and Heather.
Oh yeah, on Saturday. Yeah, we had a good time.
That was fun.
Yeah,
glad we made the trek, and got to meet some of our other friends who are tuning in and watching us. That was cool. One of the
Yeah,
guys is
our
Joe,
fan
right?
base there, Joe and Aaron. Yeah,
And yeah, well, but there's another Joe also who came with Mike, right?
no,
What was the other gentleman's name?
Mike,
Mike, and the other guy with the it was a
Mike.
woman.
They're both Mike.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
funny. I think I called him
Mike
Joe.
and Michael. That's how we differentiate.
Mike and Mike.
Yeah. So
He was cool. And
yeah,
dinner was
it was
great.
first time he made it to a fire, so we were thrilled about that.
Nice.
Yeah, we've been trying to get him there. We were gonna
Mm-hmm.
drive out town and kidnap him and bring him over against his will one of these nights.
Throw the hood over his head,
Yeah.
hog tie him.
We were.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it. We wouldn't do it, but
It's kind of how they ended Better Call Saul.
yeah.
I finished the series. It's done now. But unlike Breaking Bad, I'm not going to go back and re-binge watch it 5 more times in a row. All 5 seasons.
Yeah, I never even got through it the first time. Breaking Bad. I started watching it and I never even finished it.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd like it at first, but I definitely got into it. So
yeah. I apparently did not.
And it's funny, I used to drink the Blue Sky sodas, right? And that was that was one of the companies they featured on Breaking Bad. So
Yeah.
I'd be like, as seen on Breaking Bad. But no, that was a weird ending to Better Call Saul, but I guess appropriate, you know.
I hope so.
I won't give any spoilers. Don't worry. But yeah, I got out there today, you know, my afternoon off. I like to get out in the woods and get out and do some scouting. Got some more drone footage, took a hike. It was pretty hot though, I have to say.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweaty.
Yeah. Yeah. At least it was humid.
Yeah, it was.
That's what I always say. When it gets up around 90, 92, at least it's humid, you know. We're gonna bake you. We might as well boil you too.
Yeah. I was just checking the phone to see if Brian responded. I know he was in the Pine Barrens this weekend getting some new material, but
no, yeah, that's right.
Didn't hear back from him. I hope he made it out safely. You know, he had to call me to find out a spot where he could stealth camp. So I provided him the coordinates. But I haven't heard from him since. So hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, Squatch walked away with him.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was in an area where a guy was intimidated a number of years ago, so you never know. I mean, I was out there just, you know, tooling along. I was kind of talking a little bit to him, you know, and putting out good energy. Did a couple of whoops, but that's about it. No knocks. Just found a couple of nice, you know, wet areas, and that's what I've always tried to look for. Is they need, especially in this heat, they need water. You know, all animals do. And I was coming back because the trail eventually got washed out when it got real close to the water. I was coming back, and something moved on my right, so I went, "Hello, I hear you." But that was it. You know, and I just kept going. How'd you like last episode? Did you like the intro? I didn't. You didn't get to see it really.
No, I watched the whole beginning until we like really started telling stories. Then I started cooking again, but I watched the whole beginning.
You did see the beginning, but I didn't know if you ever saw it on a bigger screen except the phone.
No, just on the phone. Just on the phone.
I was concerned about there being lag on the video, and it didn't seem to be. It seemed to come out smooth. You know what I mean?
You just gotta go the other way with the voice and the music. That's all.
Right.
So we can hear you a little better.
Right. Well, that again, first attempt.
Yeah.
But,
hey, I think it was, you got an A for a first attempt.
I thought it was cool though how the drone came down and then it stops and the title comes on again. You know.
Yeah. Time perfect, man. It was great.
So I flew around today and I did some of these things around different lakes, right? And like almost like through the trees, like Star Wars, where they're trying to get the you know what I mean? The battle station where they have to go in the
Star Wars or Top Gun. Hell, it was the same storyline.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah, that was it was a great movie, but once you realize that, you're like, damn it. It's the same freaking story.
Yeah.
Like
So
down to the size of the hole and everything. It was 2 meters across.
But they had to get up to a certain height afterwards, though. I don't know.
Yeah, same thing. I don't, they had to get away from it before it exploded.
Right? No, that was good. I now that you put I could see the correlation now.
Yeah.
I don't think I did then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. You were going to mention those witnesses that you
The
had,
witnesses.
the witnesses that you had talked with up near
Right.
Ben's encounter, right?
Yeah, like the water gap area and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's near where I'm pretty sure where he was talking about is near where I had my encounter on the AT when I was camping. I told you about that one before. I think we mentioned that here when we had the thing. It kept, the mumbling kept coming closer and closer.
And for the viewers, that's the Terror on the Appalachian Trail video.
That's right. Yeah. And we had 2 others. The one guy had multiple years that he had this thing messing with him. And he wouldn't tell me where he lived, but I figured it out afterwards. But it was the atypical crap everywhere. You know what I mean? I don't want to say it was junky. It was, he had good stuff over here that was all piled up, and he had good stuff over there that was all piled up. You could see he used a lot of the stuff, but it was like rural farm.
Mm-hmm.
Just, there's an old chicken shack over there, and there was just stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Cars, tractors, different buildings, just junk everywhere. Stacks, pile of wood stacked over here for burning, and then you got your brush and stuff. And I can see that he's definitely had everything happen that he said happened. He had stuff beating on the trailer. He had stuff, shaking the car. I got to interview him one time, and that was it. He stopped returning my emails. So
yeah.
And the one kid, we drove up there a couple times. It happened when he was hunting with his on his grandfather's property. He was deer hunting, and he wanted to go to a different stand, and he went walking up, and it was, snowy and stuff. And he said he saw one running, and it just chased all the deer, like almost like you guys always tell me they do. Like went around in a certain way, and like all the deer came running out, and it was chasing after him. And he said he was hunting on his grandfather's property, and he was going to a different stand. And it's an old railroad bed where that they use as a trail, and you can drive down it. If they turned it into like a dirt road on the one end and build onto it, because it was already a road into the forest, so they just kept buying and building into it.
Right. And
he said it was chasing the deer out across that road, and it was running up after him, and he was going up to the next stand, and that's where it almost like it wanted him not to go up that way, because that's the way he was running the deer. And I've been up there a couple times that night. It's creepy. The worst part about it is there's devil worship that goes on that part of the hill. I wanted to talk about that. And because it's so angry there, because he said it was always, and even the first guy said it used to always bang on the house and shake the car, like didn't want you there. And this one didn't want that kid to go up that way. And he said it used to throw stuff at them whenever they were mowing grass. They didn't know what it was, and it was this thing. It was throwing rocks at them when they were mowing grass. And I'm wondering if it has anything to do with the fact that they do devil worship up there, and it maybe angers them up or whatever.
Wow. Possible.
I don't know. It's just weird.
We've talked about the different energy and how it affects ours.
Yeah. Oh yeah. around negative people all day, you get irritated way.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I call them
So,
energy vampires.
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Wow. So, so this has been going on for how long, though? I mean,
That was probably 6 years ago.
okay.
6 years ago that I started investigating that, going up that way. Tom Stevens is up there. We should get him, see if he's been investigating that, because he helped me on those.
Okay. Yeah, we should reach out to him.
Yeah.
Just to touch base, you know. Wow, that brings back memories of some activity here in the Pine Barrens that I can relate with and recall, which also involved occultists.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's kind of a neat segue. Okay. Were you done with
Oh yeah. That's all I can remember right now.
all right, if you think of anything else, interrupt me. But yeah, I
No
had
problem. I like interrupting.
yeah, I had some I had some reports submitted to me early on from a friend who had some, shall we say, friends that partaked in the occult. And there's a lot of that goes on here in the Pine Barrens as well. And I have some state trooper friends and state park police friends that corroborate that as fact. But back in March of 2011, I think it was when the first report came in. This group had gone out on the full moon to do one of their ceremonies, I guess you could say. And they were chased out by a 7.5 foot tall, reddish brown colored individual who apparently was not pleased that they were there with their cauldron of goat's blood and the
they
fire.
really had a cauldron of goat's blood.
They had a cauldron of goat's blood, and they were dancing by moonlight. You know,
sure that stank. Good
I
Lord.
bet, yeah. But you know, they were frightened off. They left their spot. Okay, which was actually, it's called the altar. Okay, this one location where I've been. And in fact, you and I, we've been right across the marsh from this location.
Oh, yeah. We've talked
recall.
about that.
Yeah. And so that was in March. I think in like April or May, early May, they were added again. Well, whenever the next moon was, I guess, right? They went to a different location nearby. And once again, this high priest, I guess you could call him, he says, if this thing shows up again, I'm gonna take care of it, right? So they're out there again with their cauldron of blood and the music and the full moon and the dancing, and it comes out of the woods to the clearing. Again, the creature comes out. Starts doing like what they describe as the chicken dance with its arms, like, flailing its arms and legs. And the guy looks over at the woman and he says to her, "Is this your effing friend?" And she says, "No. I mean, I'm not 7.5 feet tall, obviously."
Right.
So him and his buddy go to the truck and they pull out their handguns and they start shooting at this thing, apparently.
Really?
So the story goes, it took off. I got informed about it the next day, so I went out there to investigate. I didn't find any evidence. Casings, nothing in, no bullet holes in trees or nothing. It's hard to say for sure if it's factual or not. You know what I mean? So I'm relying solely on what I was told.
Right.
But it doesn't stop there.
No?
No.
You think they'd film it one of these times,
Well, you would think, right? Or at least record audio. Who knows? I mean, but they were at a different location. This is a few months later. And apparently on this occasion, there were 2 Sasquatches involved.
Scaring them off.
one across the lake, because they were on the bank of a lake this time, okay, which has a history of encounters, I will say that. And then one apparently came out of the water towards them. So, and vocalized as well. So yeah, that's kind of interesting, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can't back it up with any, you know, solid evidence, but
Yeah, me either.
I was
Other
accused.
than
I was accused though by this group that I desecrated some of their areas, you know, by
By
you know,
what?
going there.
Oh, because you're not a believer in the
I
whatever they
solo
do.
camped. I solo camped in one of their spots
Yeah.
with an old girlfriend. Yeah,
Well, that
and
wouldn't be solo.
well, shall I say, stealth camped.
There you go.
Apparently, I wasn't too stealthy because apparently they came up on me with my trail behind, and they were observing what I was doing. So, I don't know.
Oh,
It's kind of spooky, right? I was
yeah, I'll
being
bet.
stalked by occultists. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not something to be proud of.
Although they got an eyeful, I'm sure. So hey,
There you go. Maybe that's what they were after.
me cooking, you know, on the grill, of course.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. They wanted to know how to camp.
That's exactly right. So apparently that was desecrating their area. But I said to him, hey, you don't own the forest. I'm sorry.
Right.
I can go anywhere. But yeah, that's kind of neat, that twist with the, you know, the satanic groups that are sometimes out there probably do have some weird shit happening, you know?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. And how do you come up with somebody to tell them that? We were out there sacrificing our buddy over there. And,
And something
this thing jumped out and scared us.
started doing the chicken dance, you know?
Yeah.
Go figure. I don't know. Remember Dan? I don't know if you remember him. He was coming back from the Pine Barrens, being out with me. You weren't there that time. Dan and Dave came down and went out with me, Heather, and Art.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Dan,
I don't know it, Dave.
on, well, one of the earlier participants in the investigative end. So yeah, Dan stopped at the Wawa in my town on his way out of here, and he's like, it was like 2 a.m. He's like, yeah, the Satanists were out. He made a point. Satanists, it's probably Satanists, I don't know.
Yeah. The
But
Satanists were out.
He said the Satanists were at Wawa.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have
Well,
to
I'm
bring
sure
Brother Dan on.
Yeah,
Talk
we gotta
about some
get
of
Brother
his,
Dan on.
talk about some of his, you know, stuff that he's experienced with us, you know.
Yeah.
He's had a few neat things happen.
Yeah.
But
The one time we were up at Ricketts Glen and he was sleeping too late. So I told Ian, the other guy that was always with us, it was always my family, Ian and Dan.
Mhm.
And I said, Ian says, I'm going to go over and knock on his tent and act like the camp, you know, camp cop or the warden. Get out of your tent, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. And he was all apologetic and coming out. And he looked at me, he's like, you're an asshole. I hope I wasn't doing anything wrong, sir.
Yeah, right. I'll be
Like,
right out.
you. Yeah, that was funny.
I was thinking of the same thing today, though. I was out there flying my drone, right? And I was getting some interference. A C-130 or whatever they're called flew over today, real low, and I was thinking, that I would send the drone up and see if I can get footage of it. But by the time, of course, I got up in the air, it was gone. But it was low. They fly low over us, that's for sure. It went right over me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just neat though. Like, you know, I
don't
think
have to worry
that
about it. I'm not gonna ever have one.
I think that if we fly it, like I said, through the water and around the lake and kind of, you know, I did some up and down over the trees and stuff. I think we can get some good footage. And what I want you to do is take some 4K footage of the ducks. Okay.
Okay.
Just start filming the ducks when they're out splashing around and stuff and nibbling on the garden or whatever.
Yeah.
People love ducks. Okay. I'm not kidding.
All right. I'm good
Dixie
with that.
puts in the chickens. He's got chickens. We got ducks. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get some footage of the ducks. I got a little bit when I was there over the weekend.
Did you?
A little bit. but
Yeah.
unfortunately I was doing it for Instagram with the vertical, you know what I mean? So I only got a couple of the horizontal. So for YouTube, I like the horizontal. Okay.
Okay.
Try to keep that in mind. But yeah, get me some footage of the ducks and I'll be happy. Can use that.
Okay.
And you know, we can just start doing some of these little stories about like stuff that we remember.
Yeah.
10-15 minute jobs with that kind of video behind it.
Yeah.
Boom. Put them out. We got, hey, in 7.5 months, okay,
Mm-hmm.
almost 8 months, we've got 33 videos up.
Oh, wow. That many?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's not anything to be ashamed of. Okay. We're up to 14 podcasts live
Mm-hmm.
as far as on our podcast platform on
Yeah.
Buzzsprouts. So I have some more editing to do there, which will keep me busy. Yeah, man. I you know, a couple of them are
Holy
shorts.
crap.
A couple of them are shorts that I did, but you know, still 33.
Yeah.
So for a new
I had
channel,
no idea.
yeah,
I haven't looked
that's
for a long time.
right. I mean, I don't check it all the time either. I just looked
Yeah.
today. I said, wow, 33 videos. And the premiere, right? The one that says Squatch Talks Podcast premiere was from 7 months ago. So
Wow.
and it's got like 500
Those are
views.
terrible.
And that sucked.
Terrible.
I
If
know.
anybody watched them and went away, I wouldn't even blame them. Good God, they were bad.
I don't, hey, I can't blame them either. God. That's
Hey, you
like
gotta
any
learn
other
somehow.
channel, right? And you can see the growth,
Yeah.
how much more comfortable you are in front
Yeah.
of the camera
Oh, it
now.
was terrible. Oh, it was terrible.
I mean, come on.
I was fat too.
We're sipping
I-
Black Rifle and soda stream.
Soda Stream, yeah. Me and Snoop Dogg.
All right. All we need now is get Snoop on with his ganja and we'll be chilling.
There you go. I'd love to talk to him.
Well,
I
he
really
has an
would.
encounter, man. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to Snoop Dogg. He's like one of my favorite people.
Nah, no.
Yeah, yeah.
Heather's too. So no wonder
Him
you two get along.
and Martha Stewart. That cracks me up every time, man. Every time they're together, I'm like, that is just the best couple in the world. I don't know why. I think it's great.
Hey, it's whatever you're into, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just when they're together, I just think it's hilarious. Not hilarious. It works.
It works. That's it.
Yeah, I love it.
Kind of like us. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we're just killing some time, you know what I mean? Getting some more material down. But we're gonna be in a couple of weeks together again, getting a lot of material and more stories.
Yeah.
And gonna do the whole thing like from start to finish on 4K HD, right? Filming it.
Yeah, that would be cool. That's
and
a good idea.
I think we'll be able to put something together that might be worthy of.
Is Mac gonna let us do that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Matt actually, it's funny you mentioned it. He actually liked the reel that I did with Heather. You know, the one that's checking your social media. Mm-hmm. Time to check my social media. Right, Matt Moneymaker commented on it. My only Instagram post he's ever mentioned anything.
Yeah. So you know where you stand then.
Yeah.
Below Heather.
Oh, totally. Well, you actually wished her a happy birthday too this month. So hey.
Oh yeah.
I've never gotten wished a happy birthday.
No.
But nah, that's a good guy. And Heather loves him. So it's kind of neat. You know, we'll be out at the beach or whatever. He calls me up. I'm like, Matt, I'm at the beach with Heather. Come on. Not a good time. But I don't mind. Take one for the team. Yeah. So anyway, just, you know, there's a couple of good stories. And we're going to go out and make some more in the near future.
Right.
On our next expedition. Can't wait to get back out there with you. And just before we say goodbye to our viewers, and don't forget to sub and like. Appreciate it. And share. I know Yeti Bars ended their contest yesterday. It was
didn't win.
I don't know. Haven't announced the winner yet, but $500 went to the winner. If you placed an order between when they started it and August 20th. So, hey, good luck. Hopefully you got an order in. And don't forget to use that code STP10 at checkout. Right.
That's right.
10% off. courtesy of Squatch Talks.
That's right. Then you can stink good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can't wait to try out my Forest Fresh Bar. That's the next stink I'm getting.
Yeah.
So, hey, always have a fun time talking with you, Nathan. And hanging out with you guys is always, a great time. So thanks for having us up.
Sure.
Next time to have you come down to the Barrens. So.
Yeah, we have to get out again.
But soon enough.
That's right.
So tune in, keep in touch, let us know your questions at squatchtalkspodcast@gmail.com. And pretty soon we're going to have that Squatchin corner in the segment. Hope you liked what we did last week with the aerial footage. Might put a little bit more of that on, or some GoPro footage. So hey, any ideas, let us know. I'm open for ideas. What do we say, Nate?
Thanks for squatching.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Squatch Talks Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and give us a like. And stay tuned for more exciting stories on Squatch Talks.